Hey, welcome back, everybody. Oh, I'm falling. Welcome. All right, that's pretty good. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jade Mike here. We're back here in Rust. The Arctic base update is here. It's active. It's live. My custom server is currently running it. That's where we are currently. Let me go ahead and make sure we got the proper stuff up here. Bing. Again, it's open to everybody. If you like Q Skip, that is done through channel membership here on YouTube. Once you do become a member, you can look for that community post. That's a members only post under the normal post, and just reply with your gamer tag or PSN ID under the members only post once you become one. And then make sure you have a sentence, say like, hey, my gamer tag is blah, 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 and then YouTube knows you're a real person, I guess. So yeah, we have I was going to say Halloween event. We have the Christmas event running here. Arctic base is active, knock on wood, no glitches on this particular update that Double 11 put out, so that's fantastic. I also want to say, because I know in a recent video that I put out, I was mistaken. There is a skin for the snowmobile, and it turns out it's the same one, which, placebo effect, I don't know if I'm stupid. This has been out for years on PC. It's a separate entity in the list, and I could have swore that every time I drove it, the other one was faster. And maybe that's the case. I don't know. But apparently it's part of that Arctic hazmat suit setup. So I apologize. I lit him up pretty hard on that one. It turns out I'm an idiot. Not a big surprise. Okay, so just so you know that there is actually a snowmobile skin. I had no freaking idea. I'm really dumb. I feel embarrassed. My bad. So yeah, speaking of the Arctic suit, the Arctic hazmat suit, it's currently not in the store. I know they don't typically launch the day of. I think they want to, but I know it kind of takes a minute for the stores to propagate. I do know that for a fact. So yeah, it might be in the next few days. So hopefully we see that soon, because the Arctic hazmat does have a stat boost for sure. I checked, and not sure about the snowmobile thing. I'm gonna have to really look into that one, because I feel really dumb. I literally have been playing this for years and years, and I always thought when somebody came back with that particular snowmobile, I was like, oh, where'd you find that one? Never got an answer. It turns out you can spray paint it. Who knew? Yeah, so this bad boy's up and running. I'm invisible right now. I'm just kind of walking around so you guys can see the setup here. So yeah, everything seems to be really stable. The server's running great. And yeah, so you can always join my server down there. Use that code to actually search. And if you guys run into any weirdness, just use the in-game report system. Be specific about what's happening, who it is, and what grade they're in if you can. Please and thank you. That helps us find them much faster. We do drill down and find out the cheaters, or search for the cheaters constantly, but like when you guys also assist, it helps tremendously. Plus, we take all of that data and pass it on to Double 11. So if they ever decide to do something with it, we pass our data, your data onward. So trying to keep it a legit experience, keep it nice and fun for everybody, and everybody in the States. I hope you're having a spectacular Thanksgiving. Okay, so now that you guys have seen a little bit of this, we're going to go into the Jade Skin picks here, and we're going to break it down. And it looks like these are happening every week now. The countdown timer does say 7 or less than 7 days. So that's pretty awesome. And again, apologies. It turns out there is a snowmobile skin, and I'm going to serve up myself a big plate of crow, because I was incorrect. All right, we'll see you guys over there. I'm going to go through the Jade Skin picks. Okay, we're over at the skin store here. Again, I double checked to see if there was the Arctic hazmat suit. So as of recording this, it's not populated yet, but I'd say just check every so often throughout the day. I'm sure it'll show up eventually. They've always kind of had a slightly delayed release, just because I think the stores aren't as quick as like the content pieces here inside the games, both for PlayStation and Xbox. So keep that in mind. Okay, so we have some nice sets going on here. I'm going to break it down. Excuse me, still getting over cold. Yes, I can't believe it either. Okay, so let's just go ahead and check out the special items here real quick. We have the Toxic Face Mask. I wonder if this is close to Punisher. This is a little fun fact. This is 650 coins. Oh my goodness. $6.50. What? Fun fact, there was a Punisher-looking mask like this over on the PC side, and it is of high value because they had to remove it from the game, but the ones that still exist are worth a ton because they have limited supply. So I hope this doesn't fall into that category. Anyways, Toxic Mask, 650 Rust coins, and it looks like we had the radioactive large backpack. Razor tube, you better have this for your slop. It looks like it's nice and plastic looking. 200 Rust coins, I think that's very doable. Just having different color backpacks, I think is great. Awesome. I do like the shiny material as well. Okay, so here's how the breakdowns work. We go through each set here, And I give you a green pick 1 and 2 and an orange pick 1 and 2. So if you're not in the business of buying every single set, because it can get quite expensive, especially since you're going to be doing this every week, that'll help you maybe break it down and find some favorites for yourself. Because a lot of times we're kind of picking and choosing these days. Hey, by the way, before we start into the skin sets here, I do know, and again, this might be a bit early for this, I am looking forward to seeing what's coming in 2026, so hopefully that roadmap makes an appearance here. We start to see some more hints that are happening out there. I do know we've seen movement on the train system, but most likely we're going to have to see a larger map first before anything. Larger map and larger population, which they have said they're going to do, and relatively soon after the patch, so I would guess it's going to be on the front half of 2026 is my guess. Before we see any major update like trains, because there's just not enough space in trains, or on the map for trains at the moment, so stuff like that. We'll be on the lookout. Hopefully they grace us with that information much earlier than they have in the past. So we're keeping a lookout. We're always real close to it. So anyways, onto the skin picks. Ooh, I love how the deployables start first. Fallen Architecture for 1,860 Rust coins. Again, if you're looking at 3 of these, maybe you want to get the whole set. I almost always get the architecture because I'm a freak. We have the sheet metal door going for 400 Rust coins. It does glow in the dark. I do love single pass-through doors. Obviously, the single sheet metal doors work really well for that, and I do like me some light-up doors. Man, that's hot. Okay, double sheet metal door for 500 Rust coins. It looks sharp. I like it. Man, the skins on next gen are hot. Dare I say, better than PC sometimes? The resolution. We have the armored double door going for 500 Rust coins. That's really cool. Man, I like that. You can really see more of the layers when it becomes a silhouette. Yeah, I like that. El Garaje for 450 Rust coins. Oh, that's trippy. Oh, dude. 450 Rust coins. We have the large wooden box for 400 Rust coins. This is a hard one to break down into pairs, because it's so nice. And then we have the armor door. Ooh. For 400 Rust coins. A little evil, but the blue kind of counters that a little bit. Kind of. All right, green first pick, because it's so universally used everywhere. Everybody has a loot room, right? Large wooden box, 400 Rust coins is a green first pick. It kind of has to be, right? You've got glowing sides on each side. Extremely high utility for your loot room. Green secondary pick is going to have to be the sheet metal door. Maybe you figured that out as I was talking so highly of it. We have a lot of single pass-throughs. It helps people from going deep on your base. And I do like me some glowing doors. It helps for the interior. So very nice. 400 Rust coins for the green secondary pick. Okay, on to the orange first pick is going to have to be the garage door. Light up garage doors are always great mid to late game. You know me, and it lights up, so it's fantastic. And I do like that effect of the hands, so I'm a fan. So 450 Rust coins for the orange first pick. And we're going to have to go armored double door for the orange secondary pick for 500 Rust coins. I do think that these picks are less evil than the other ones, right? Like, if you don't want a bunch of devils stuff all over you know what I mean? The red, you're like, all right, chill out. I think that's pretty even keel. Okay. On to the next set, which I think is sharp on its own, but it's interesting because you could use parts of this with the other downloadable content, the Arctic Hazmat suit, and the armor and the chair set that come with it. So it'll be an interesting mix to have with these. So this is the most expensive set so far in this particular release. We're looking at 2,070 Rust coins for the whole set. Again, same rules apply if you're looking at 3. I do like the texture on this. I like the... because you got a bit of the height map thing going on here, so it looks like it's got some layers to it. 500 Rust coins for the hoodie. That looks real sharp. The pantaloons, looks like you've been in the snow for a minute. 500 Rust coins. Nothing glows. You're just glisten. Long pause. Sap. 450 Rust coins. I think we're going to see more of this as we get more attachments. And with the new recoil. I said it. I said it. I mean, we already have the new recoil, let's be real, but... assault rifle, so essentially you have a frozen rifle that doesn't glow. I guess for 550 Rust coins. Glisten. Glistening. Glistening. We have the metal chest plate for 500 Rust coins. If you don't want that smoky frozen effect, this isn't a bad alternative. And we have the face mask for 500 Rust coins. Come on, that's pretty hot. Pretty hot. Okay, so it should be no surprise that to match this out, I'm going to have to go with the metal face mask for the green first pick because I think it could even replace that frozen effect on the first, I forget what it's called, but like for the frozen chair, right? Everything has a smoky effect. I think this would top it off nicely. Plus, you got the creepy eyes. Definitely going to be doing some stalking and some hunting in the winter biome for sure. And we're going to have to go with the sap. You ready for that? Yeah, I said sap. 450 Rust coins for the green secondary pick. I said it. Orange first pick is going to have to be the hoodie for 500 Rust coins. And the orange secondary pick is going to have to be the pants for 500 Rust coins because this does go really well with that other smoking frozen effect in the DLC. I think this would really complement quite well because you don't have any pants or hoodie for that now, do you? Can you tell the Arctic base was released on this one? Now we have the next set called the Winter Camo Material. Sorry, constant muting because I'm coughing. 1,050 Rust coins. Again, this is only going to be around for a week. 300 Rust coins. We have the large backpack. We have the small backpack for 250. I do like seeing that because their standard one is blue. Long sleeve t-shirt. This makes more sense to have the camo for this biome. 225 Rust coins because it does have the buff. Boonie hat for 225, maybe not that one. 225 Rust coins for the Boonie hat. We have the jacket, that does make sense. 250 Rust coins for the winter jacket, or winter camo jacket, my bad, 250. And the leather gloves for 250 Rust coins. Okay, so because everything kind of has some utility here, it's hard to not break these into its own category, but I'm going to do this. Green first pick is going to have to be the small backpack for 250 Rust coins. Because we use them almost all the time, really you need the blue to not be blue. It stands out big time. So green first pick, small backpack, 250. And green secondary pick, because of its utility, highly functional, green secondary pick is going to have to be this winter camo jacket for 250 Rust coins. Use this with like a wetsuit, anything else. It really helps you in that winter biome, keeps you incognito. Orange first pick is going to have to be the long sleeve t-shirt winter camo for 225. Again, it goes well with most sets. Kind of mix and match. It should be no surprise the orange secondary pick is going to have to be the large backpack for the same reason as the first small backpack. The dark green doesn't do so well in the winter biome, so having winter camo is good. 300 Rust coins for that one. All right, on to the Flameborn Arsenal for 1,040 Rust coins. We have the Rocket Launcher for 280 Rust coins. We have a bit of glowy bits here and a glowing reticle. Oops, almost bought it. We have the M39 rifle for 300 Rust coins. That gold trim looks real sharp. And the glowing sights are pretty hot. Let's not kid ourselves, that's hot. MP5, 200 Rust coins. Ooh-wee, look at that. Man, they're trying to get us with that one. That looks so good. The Python. Ooh, that one looks sharp too, man. That looks super mean. The detail looks really nice. LR300, 300 Rust coins. RC. Ooh. Okay, we can't really zoom in too far on that, so I apologize. I should do a zoom in on the thing here to make it a bit more legible. And we have the SAR, or the semi-automatic rifle, for 200 Rust coins. Again, these glowing reticles are super hot. And because of that, I would suggest if you need any of these skins for to get your skin collection going, this isn't a bad set to buy. 1,040 is not bad at all. So if you're looking to kind of fill the gap on these, not a bad set to pick up for sure. Okay, so because of the rarity and whatnot, I'm going to have to go M39. And because these glowing reticles are just too good. M39, 300 Rust coins for the green first pick. It has to be. It looks so good during the daytime. And the functionality of those glowing sights is hot. And probably for the same reasons here, I really want to throw this in here because I love the Python. 200 Rust coins for the green secondary pick. Remember, pythons, you can use them, and then after you're kind of done using them and you move on to other weapons, if you so desire, put them in your turrets, man. Okay, so orange first pick is going to have to be the rocket tube for 280 Rust coins. And the glowing reticle is pretty dope, and it looks extra sharp on your back. We're going to have to go with the LR300 for the orange secondary pick. 300 Rust coins. Glowing reticle for the win. Super nice. So this is what we have going down here. Definitely closing out the year with a bang. The Arctic base is super fantastic. The fact that we've got the ability to go and search for loot with the metal detector. I had to think about what that was called for a second. My brain totally shut down. Yeah, lots of really strong stuff happening here. I mean, think about it, guys. We have like new vehicles in this update. We've got the Arctic stuff happening. We've got the ability to search the do the mini game for loot. And we're going to go into another year with like 12 updates, right? Because we're getting them every month. That's so hot. So I'm very excited for this. I'm excited to see where Rust Console Edition goes for 2026. And hopefully we'll see you in the next video / live stream. We should have a video up on the end screen here. And we'll see you on the island.